Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to talk a little bit about my new Riven dub Hema setup. Now this weapon is an immense pain in the back to get, because the research requirements are just utterly ridiculous. And even though I did get it for free from DE, I still remember the ridiculous amount of hours I had to spend in Orokin Direct Survival to get the research done for the clan. But that didn't stop me from liking the weapon though, because it is still one of my favorite primaries. It's just a really fun weapon to use, and it kind of reminds me of the Hive Hand from Half-Life. So it should come as no surprise that I was really excited when I was offered a Riven for the Hema as a gift. Especially since the Riven was pretty much perfect for the kind of setup that I was already running on the Hema, so it wouldn't change it in any way, shape or form, and it would just make it stronger. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Awakened Cruz, you are awesome. Now the setup I'm running on the Hema is a bit of a mess because it's like my third build I think, so the format is all over the place. So the setup I'm using is running Amalgam Serration for damage and sprint speed, and the lower damage when compared to Serration isn't that big of a deal because of the Riven. Then I have Split Chamber for multi-shot, Malignant Force and Thermite rounds for gas damage and status chance, then the Riven Hema Toxi-Visipha, which adds a nice chunk of heat and toxin damage as well as a lot of generic damage, and it lowers zoom, which doesn't matter at all. Then to beef up the gas damage even further, I'm running Infected Clip, which is followed up by Vile Acceleration, and this makes the Hema feel a lot better. And the final mod I decided to go with is Vigilante Armaments for the extra multi-shot. But every now and then I do put in Point Strike for the extra crit chance, and it feels somewhat similar, maybe a little bit better, but it's definitely less reliable in terms of damage. Now, as you can see, the damage isn't actually half bad, even when it comes to heavily armored Grineers, so something like Heavy Gunners, even at level 100. It's basically like a death by 1,000 cuts, because while the armor definitely reduces the damage the gas and toxin procs will do, quite heavily in fact, there's just too many toxin procs, and it's even better if it's your primary target, so you get a viral proc on them as well. Now, the Infested go down a little bit faster. Yeah, just a little bit. And the Corpus really don't like this weapon at all. They basically just explode as soon as they get hit. Man, this Riven made me very happy because I always tried to use the Hema whenever I could because it's just a really cool weapon, but there were some obvious limitations, especially with the gas setup, which is the one that I find most fun. It just wouldn't kill high level Grineer, and I'm not talking about sortie level Grineer, I'm talking about high nightmare level Grineer. So having this Riven is really exciting for me because I can now take the Hema wherever I want. It's just such a cool weapon. It looks awesome, it sounds awesome, it feels awesome. With Vile Acceleration, if you don't have any fire rate, it can feel a little bit clumsy because there's a delay between the bursts. But you know, it's just a really cool weapon. Now, if you don't have a Riven for the Hema or you have a different Riven, don't worry because there are a lot of things you can do with the Hema. You can do what I did before I got the Riven, which is to scale crit as well with Point Strike and Vital Sense, and maybe even a crit Riven, which works really well, especially with the gas setup because you get another multiplier in there. Or if you have a really strong crit Riven, you could maybe even squeeze in Hunter Munitions, so you get Slash on top of gas, which is very strong. Or you can go with a more standard setup where you get Viral from the Hema and then you add Corrosive and Heat via dual stat mods, which would be a very powerful combination of elements. But anyway, I think I've been rambling for long enough. I'm just really excited to finally have a good Hema Riven so I can take the Hema anywhere I want. I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye.